I am hearing an increasing number of stories about how this current moral panic against trans people is harming trans and cis people, and I wanted to share my personal experience. Trigger warning for transphobia. I am a cisgender woman, and I'm also physically disabled and neurodivergent. I won't go into details about all of my disabilities as I don't feel that's relevant, but one of the conditions that I do have is dyspraxia, which affects my posture and my coordination. And I also have ME, also known as chronic fatigue syndrome. So some days I am extremely fatigued, extremely tired, and don't have the energy, the physical energy to get out and about. And I recently started walking with a cane, though when this incident happened, I didn't yet have my walking stick. This incident happened last autumn, and I hadn't left my flat in weeks, and I feel like my physical health often impacts on my mental health, and so I was feeling extremely depressed and very self-conscious, and people kept saying to me, you know, you need to get out, you need to be in nature, it'll be good for your mental health. So that was what I did, and it took a lot of courage for me to do that at that time. It was in the autumn, it was quite chilly, so I was wearing a raincoat and a beanie hat. I also had my hair tied back under my beanie, and I was wearing a baggy top, and I was wearing rain boots and no makeup. I got 2/3 of the way into my local park, and a group of men were walking behind me, and they started making animal noises at me, and I heard one of them yell, "What is that?" And another one said, "Is that a man or a woman?" And the other one said, "It's a freak." And I was so terrified, I couldn't turn around. I just kept walking as quickly as I could. And bear in mind, I have limited mobility, and I was thinking, please don't run after me. And I went into the woods and just kind of prayed they wouldn't follow me. Thankfully, I lost them, but I just found myself in the middle of the woods by myself, just crying. I was an absolute mess. And it took me a while to kind of regain my composure. And then I had to walk out onto the main road and book an Uber because I really wasn't in a fit state to walk back home, and pray that these men wouldn't show up again. And they probably thought, oh, it was a laugh, it was a bit of banter. But for me, who hadn't left the flat in weeks because of my physical and mental health, that really, really shook me up. And that was an isolated incident, but trans people have to deal with that fear every time they leave the house. So for any cisgender people who sympathise with my story, I ask that you please extend that empathy and that sympathy to the trans community, because they need it. They need our support.